So the WNBA have decided to, for whatever reason, not rescind the Caitlin Clark technical foul. This is something where it's like, really? Like, I get it. In the moment, a referee just teeing up a whole bunch of people because they don't want shit to hit the fan. I get it. I understood why the refs did what the refs did. I understood it being called in the moment. What I can't understand is why the call was not rescinded. And if you agree this is crazy, subscribe. We are so close to 60k. It's looking like we might end up hitting it. I never thought we were ever going to hit it. We were at 58k last season. Never thought we were ever going to hit 60. It's looking like we might do it. But we got to be real. This was some bullshit. Like, Caitlin Clark got teed up for clapping. For clapping and hyping up her crowd. That's what she got teed up for doing. And obviously we know with the Paige Bueckers situation that like, clapping according to referees is not worth a technical foul. Paige Bueckers got an and one and clapped in her opponent's face. And you might be saying, oh, but she clapped to, instigate her opponents, as did Paige Bueckers. And again, I'm not saying that either of them are technical fouls. They're slightly different situations. Neither of them are techs. The problem is that, again, both of them were called badly on the day, and the referee decided, or the league decided, you know what, no, we're not going to go and rescind it. And I stand by this. Everyone was in uproar about the Paige Bueckers tech. Even Stephanie White came out and was like, oh, Caitlin needs to be better. And I'm like, the least she could have said, she didn't even have to go in on the refs. The least she could have said was, look, I didn't have a full vision of it. Caitlin insisted what she did was not worth a technical foul, so we're going to let the league review it. But no, it's like, oh yeah, I'm not going to stand by my player. And yeah, that's just an unfortunate thing always when it comes down to it for Caitlin Clark with Stephanie White. And it's just the dynamic of all that. It's just everything. And it just feels like it's a bad scenario. So this is obviously James Boyd. For clarity, when he asked WNBA about Fever star Caitlin Clark's second appeal, my question was, has the decision been made by WNBA? WNBA's response was, it was not rescinded. I interpreted that as a matter being resolved, which I think was a reasonable approach. Another update from WNBA, a spokesman said that they told me the Fever star Caitlin Clark's technical foul was not rescinded, and that was the information they were working with at the time. And the Fever said they are still appealing it, but they have not heard back. So basically, someone in the WNBA, the Fever, according to them, it's still an ongoing issue. And according to James Boyd, whatever his contact is, who I would assume is accurate, to be honest, they're saying, nope, the technical still stands. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like calling your star player for soft techs when everything was started. And you might be saying, oh, it was all started by Caitlin Clark locking Duana Bonner's arm. Cool, it's a common foul. Referees call it. Refs call it. Like, it's as simple as that. Just go and call it. And I'm going to be real here. It's one of those things where even if Caitlin Clark was with all of this, even if Caitlin Clark was on the edge and you're like, oh, maybe it's a tech, maybe it's not. It's your star player, you don't do it. Especially when the suspension limit is so low. And we saw it. Like, Caitlin Clark playing against the tempo drew in double the audience of Aja versus Paige. The top two All-Star voters playing against each other drew in half the audience of Caitlin Clark versus an expansion team. Like, she still is your league. Like, I hate saying it. Like, she still is your league. no matter what way you want to put it for the WNBA. Caitlin is your league. And you've got to at least, I think you have to give, you have to give the benefit of the doubt to the stars in this scenario. I know I'm saying, oh, Caitlin gets away with stuff that other players don't. When it comes to talking to refs, it's like, yeah, well, nobody gets ref like Caitlin. Like just watching ESP Ben. Like again, guy's killing it. Go check out his channel. And looking at all the stuff from him. So I'm not going to pretend that I watched this. There was 19 bad calls. Was it the first or the second Dream game? I think it was. I can't remember what Dream game it was. They counted 19 bad calls on Caitlin Clark. That went against her. Every single one of them going against her. And this is one of those things where it's just like, you just can't. If you are a star and you somehow have the worst whistle in the league, you can't also be fucking... people just can't be trigger happy with techs. The refs can't be trigger happy. And in the defense of the refs, they're not being trigger happy this year. Were they trigger happy in this one scenario? Probably. Probably because they were just looking to tee up anyone who they saw have any slight involvement in this situation. But I don't think the refs in general have been trigger happy with Caitlin's techs. Because, look, if we're being real, Caitlin's probably earned and deserved the vast majority of them. So, yeah, look, this is just a weird situation all around. The Indiana Fever are just... they're a team that need Caitlin. They can't really function without her, albeit when she's on the bench. The scary part is when Caitlin Clark's on the floor, it should be all Caitlin Clark. They have the worst system ever. Like, process-wise, there's nothing more frustrating that frustrates me more than this Indiana Fever team. So I'm like, they're... it's one of those things now where the whole league in Caitlin, it's just everything about it is just not in any way basketball related, because none of this starts if the referees ref the game properly. Half of Caitlin's tees have been for nothing. She got teed up for shushing. Like, I'm sorry, she got teed up for shushing. Like, I get it. If this is the NBA where you tee up anyone for anything that moves, or anyone that moves for anything, fair enough. But like, she got teed up for shushing, and she got teed up for one because like 3 of her 5 tees, you're like, Steph White, this is on you. You need to lose your shit. Even Christy Sides was saying. Even Christy Sides came out and said, you know, our players need to be a bit better, but I need to be the one getting the techs. And you might be saying a big thing. Where it's like, oh, you know, Christy Sides said it as well, that, you know, Caitlin can't respond like this. Christy Sides caveated that with being like, let me do it. Not as in a, you're not, you know, oh, you're just complaining to complain, like Stephanie White is implying. It's very much a, no, you don't pick up the tees, I will. If you're going to pick up a tee, let me do it. Because Christy Sides took plenty of text for Caitlin. Stephanie White just hasn't. Anyway, see you guys.